Hello guys and welcome to episode 21 of Plum's Quest for Plum Lab series. So today's episode, guys, is going to be a pretty interesting episode actually. Auto-crafting, we're basically just do the finishing touches on our auto-crafting system. And what I'm basically doing at the minute is allowing myself to... What have I done? Oh, it is for 10, isn't it? Derp. I'm basically, going to put some hardened upgrades on these for the time being, because I think these guys, they're pretty slow at the minute, and I'm not too big of a fan of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a couple more hardened upgrades, as you probably saw me make in the last few episodes. So hardened upgrades, you guys aren't too much of a pain to make, and I believe these guys will make... These guys run a bit quicker, so there you go, the power consumption's got up, and these guys have got up a little bit more. So can I potentially get myself some speed upgrades for these guys from the thermal expansion mod? I'm not sure what they look like. So this is all stuff to do with gendustry and bees and stuff, which I think we'll make it into later on down the line. We could probably have some sort of lab. So we've got a refined storage speed upgrade, speed upgrades from pneumatic craft. Do you not have any kind of speed upgrades that just from thermal expansion, really? We're probably just going to have to get ourselves an upgrade in terms of... I think we had a hardened upgrade that time, didn't we? So it was an upgrade kit. So upgrade kit, guys, we can get ourselves a reinforced one, which requires electrum, do it, and fused quartz. That looks a little bit of a pain to get, actually. I don't know, do we have any electrum? 9 electrum, so potentially we could do it, but I think I'm kind of happy with the speed that we're going at the minute, actually. I'm going to go get some of this cobblestone and stick that in here. Let's get rid of that. It should just turn into gravel anyway, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. Since, if you remember from the last episode, we were working on getting our 16K driver up and running. So we're still missing a little bit of silicon. Do we have any glass? Yeah, we have plenty of glass this time. We're just basically waiting on the silicon this time. Nether quartz. We have available 2 nether quartz. Why are you telling me we have nether quartz available? I believe I did also go and do some nether quartz hunting between episodes, guys. Just thought I'd let you in on that. So if I go for this guy, what's now... I think all we are missing is basically the silicon. So I think once our nether quartz is up and running, then we should be able to have enough to make a 16K storage drive. So it's already up to 94% storage again, guys. 94%! I know you guys are thinking that is pretty crazy. I was also pretty amazed as well when I saw that. I was like, what, 94%? Crazy. So if I now look up 16K, remember all those horrible component parts, guys? Okay, so I'm missing another 12. I was hoping that would be the grand finale. I was like, yes, we can finally have it. Oh, while I wait, I'm probably going to stick this guy in here just to charge up. Our power system is looking pretty grim, actually. I've just looked at the amount of power we have. Are these guys? Whoa. We are getting pretty low on tree oil as well, actually. I think we've only got, what, really 3 engines running on tree oil? Even the first one's not even running. I did look at our power and I was like, why is our power so low? I was like, that's looking pretty crazy, but damn, we are not looking good. I think I'm going to have to go to backup power. I know I said the last episode, I'm pretty sure it was, that this would end up being my backup power at some point. I believe this is going to be my backup power. So can I stick you in here and you in here to increase me a little bit of power? You going to work? Yeah. So 40 R for tick. I'm hoping this will just give me a little bit of a boost, since I'd like to have a bit of, power generation. I think this guy's draining a little bit of power, but he shouldn't be draining all that much power. So I believe this episode, power is going to be exactly the name of the game. So look at all this horrible crafting, guys, that we've got to do. So what to craft all these raw processes and stuff. If I now have a look at here, as you can see, this guy's smelting some basic processing units, and hopefully, guys, we should now have enough to make our 16K storage guy. One thing I will say we could probably do with getting ourselves is a crafting monitor. Now, I'm not sure how expensive these guys are to make, and it's not really that much of a vital thing to have, but I think it requires 2 patterns. In fact, it's not the most expensive guy in the world, actually. So, I think what I'm actually going to do is something pretty crazy. Well, I say pretty crazy, it's not that crazy. I'm going to make myself a crafting monitor. As we're going to need a couple of basic pans. and we need to make one of these guys. And there you go. It's just this quartz enriched iron. That's why this mod loves to go through nether quartz and stuff. I'm not quite sure why, but it really, really does. I thought we had... Did we not make another pattern? Oh, are we missing glass again? I suppose we are pulverizing it in a minute, so I should probably go and pulverize the gravel instead, actually, so we get the glass coming along. Are you... Oh, the animation was broken. I was like, what, do we not have enough power to power the pulverizer then? Got me a little bit worried, not gonna lie. So pattern, I believe now we should be able to make another pattern. We need some glass anyway, and we need to make some improved processes. Now, the improved processes are pretty cool, because like I said, now I can simply do that, and it'll auto-craft them for me. I don't need to worry about smelting them anymore, or anything, because that is pretty cool. And we have now one 16K storage drive, so look at that now, 33%. And I believe it can go all the way up to... If I try and look up the drive, I'm just trying to sort of... So if I look at K storage, we can go all the way up to a... You can also get the creative cheaty ones. I mean, you can go all the way up to a 256K one. You can also then go up to like a... Wow, I think that guy... Oh, okay, this guy looks pretty expensive. I don't think we're going to be getting one of those guys anytime soon, but by the looks of things, I don't think we really need it. I mean, look at like all the storage we've got. We're only filled a third of now our total storage capacity, which is pretty crazy. Now, the crafting... Your crafting station, I believe that was probably... I believe that was a failed idea from a few episodes ago. Can I now make one of you? Yes, I can. And are you going to be available? Oh, it's the quartz enriched iron again. How is it quartz enriched iron we always seem to end up being low on? Did I teach you how to make quartz enriched iron? Yes, I did. Okay, quartz enriched iron, 4 quartz enriched iron, here we go. So the crafting monitor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick him... Yeah, I'm going to stick him there, actually. So this guy, basically, if I tell it to... We're not going to be able to make another 16K storage drive, because also we're missing quite a lot of ingredients. And I don't think we really need to make one, but... He would basically tell me all the crafting that's going on at once. So if we have any backlogs or any problems, he would be the first guy to tell me, which is pretty cool. So I think power is going to be the name of the game of what we're going to have to do this episode. Since I think power is... Like I said, we've tidied up our auto-crafting system, but power is going to be a bit of a problem. As I want to get some more diamonds and stuff, and I want to get the digging and stuff going on, but power is our main limiting factor at the minute. I'm probably going to end up having to, you know, get a better system for storing power at some point. But our main problem at the minute is the fact that we're not generating enough. Now, big reactors is... Do we have big reactors installed? Oh, it's just because I didn't put the at in front of it. So you've got this... I believe they're called the mod extreme reactors now. Actually, I forgot I had a name change. So... Stuff like reactor casing, so stuff like you need a bit of some reactor casing cores, some iron, some graphite. How did I make graphite again? That's just smelted coal, so it doesn't look like it's a majorly hard thing to get into. And how much yellorium do we have? We've got a little bit of yellorium, so I'm kind of thinking going for some kind of reactor may be the way to go. But I think what I'm going to do, guys, is do a little bit of research on what would be the best option to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, a little bit of research done. I think a reactor may be possible. Just even if it's just something like really small reactor, I believe we might be able to do this. So if I search this guy up, I believe I basically know how to do this. I'm not going to do anything crazy like sort of computer craft control, so I think that would be a little bit too crazy for what we're doing at the minute. So reactor casing is going to be the thing that we need the most of, and that just basically requires you to smelt a bunch of coal. So I can essentially just stuff these guys both full of coal. They're going to get imported anyway, and that'll get us a bunch of graphite bars. We are going to need a reactor controller, which requires a little bit of uranium or yellorium. I didn't know they're interchangeable, actually. That's kind of neat to know. I'm also... Wow, okay, that's pretty expensive that we're going to need gold each time we're going to do this. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty glad that we have our, whatchamacallit, our quarry up and running to get us some resources. In fact, I might actually give this guy a bit of a run, just to get in, a few more resources and stuff. So that's plenty of gold, actually. That was kind of nice. I think, considering how much gold we're probably going to end up needing, I'm definitely think that's going to be worthwhile. Although, why is this flint not clearing? I suppose it because it can't be really smelted. I think the system is the way it's configured. It's configured to do stuff by smelting. Okay, so we now have the main reactor controller, which is basically the brain of the operation. We're going to need some these things called fuel rods, and I'm trying to think what sort of size reactor we want. I might go for a 3x3 reactor. Kind of crazy, just going for a basic 3x3. But you know what, a 3x3 inside. You know, we're not. I wouldn't say we're like massively early game at the minute, but we're not like massively late game either. So I think having that may not be the worst idea in the entire world. So I'm going to make a bunch of these reactor cores to make a bunch of this casing. So how much casing did that have I produced myself? Did that not produce? What are we missing to make a bunch of this reactor casing? Is it the? I mean, it's probably the graphite bars. We're probably just basically waiting on that to finish. The glass. I suppose that's just pretty much like pulverizing sand and stuff. So I'm not overly worried about that kind of stuff. So we have a little bit of yellorium fuel. Now I believe we are going to need some inputs and some outputs. So I believe access ports, coolant ports. I believe that's when you turn into steam. So we don't we're not going to go into steam or anything crazy like that. So we're not really going to need anything like that. We are definitely going to need a couple of access ports though. Well, I think I'm kind of surprised we don't. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, because I can't be bothered to search for it and mess up my... I suppose I did put the JEI into non-synchronized mode, so that wouldn't have been too much of an issue anyway. What is with the scary noises? Are you guys hearing this? Is that just me? I really hope that's not just me hearing all these scary noises. So we've got a couple of access ports, which is going to be for the fuel, the power tap. Do we have enough to make you? I believe we should do. I'll make as much. Well, okay, that's not a bad amount of casing. And the power tap, you guys probably know what the power tap's for. Power tap's obviously to interface with it, so you can obviously take the power out of it. Which we may need some better conduits actually. So I'm not sure how far we're going to get with the basic conduits. Reactor casing. How much glass do we have? I'm not sure, but I don't think we have an awful lot. And I'm probably going to need I'd say at least. I'm not sure. I think how much reactor glass we'd need. I don't think we're gonna need like shed loads of the stuff, but extra, I suppose, is one thing that I don't think is gonna be too much of an issue as having extra amounts of it. So you are still doing the coal, which I'm still happy for you to do. Well, if I may steal you just for 1 second. I always feel a bit like cheeky doing that. I'm like just completely interrupting the system just to go and input my glass in it. But you know what? I think we'll continue. We'll go along with this and see how this goes. So first things first, where to put this reactor? Since it's going to be a pretty beefy thing, to put it lightly anyways. So I think this part of the room, so when we do upgrade to the lab, we are obviously going to tweak everything around. This is, I want to say, a temporary setup for obviously when we convert to the lab. So I think this feels like a good place to end. I might integrate it into the wall. Does that seem like a bad idea, guys? I don't feel it seems like too shabby of an idea, if I'm entirely honest. So the main frame is obviously going to be 5x5, and the centre of the reactor is going to be 3x3. I believe that's one of the smallest reactors you can do, but I think given our resource constraint, I don't want to push things too far. How much coal do we have? We still have a fair amount of coal, I suppose, but like I said, I don't want to, overly push this. Now, do I have my hammer? I have the Plum hammer that really needs repairing. I'm not sure if he's entirely broken yet, but he's definitely going to need a repair. If he's going to be smacking any walls down, he's going to need some extra repairing points, if you will. Hit points, that's what I'm looking for. Repairing points? What the hell am I talking about? Okay, let's stick the hammer in you, and there we go. The Plum hammerer is now open for business. That's cool. I didn't actually realise they've updated it now, so it actually shows you the area that he's actually going to mine out now. That's pretty cool, actually. Didn't know he did that, so that's kind of neat to know. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of the excess stone that the hammer isn't going to pick up. Snip a hole in the ceiling. So this is going to be the basic frame, so that's going to need to go up by So if I stick this guy here, and we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's basically gonna. So this is gonna be the basic sort of frame. So it's gonna be a cube like that, and this is where Trusty Hammer comes in. So you can just do that, which is pretty cool, and the roof as well. So yeah, by the looks of things, we're gonna need a lot of reactor casing. More than I may have imagined, actually. I didn't realise how much reactor casing we were going to actually need to get this reactor set up. I've not done like big reactor or anything for a good while, so... how much more reactor casing can I do? Okay, now we're actually missing the reactor cores. Crazy. So let's go for you. And what are we missing? Have we run out of iron? Whoa, I'm really surprised we've actually managed to run out of iron. That is one thing I didn't think we would ever really run out of. Now we have this quarry going, and we've actually managed to run out, so I'm really surprised about that. Okay, this guy's basically managed to clear himself out, which is nice. So I believe, have you just smelted everything? I presume he's probably just smelted everything and sent it all through. Although while I'm here, what I'm going to do is quickly switch him on. Just, you know, get him a bunch of ore. Iron is the main thing that I want. Because of the power limitations. It's mainly the conduit that's being the problem, and the fact that this guy only supports 4,000 RF a tick. These guys are definitely experiencing some problems. So I believe, yeah, given the power situation, the extractors are basically keeping up with the demand. So if I stick you in there, we're hopefully going to get a little bit more iron. So yeah, I'm basically just going to have to wait on the iron to smelt up now. But I think you guys are basically getting the gist of how this guy is going to function. So if I stick you down here, and I'll also hammer the floor out. There's also one block I've also realised I've completely forgotten to make with this reactor. I believe I've basically had everything like sorted in my head, but there's one thing I've actually forgotten to make, and that is a control rod control thingy. Not the technical name, I can guarantee that. But here it's just a basic control rod. Okay, we need some casing for you, which isn't too big of a deal. And we're going to need one of these guys. I'm going to stick him in the direct middle of the reactor. So I'm going to seal up the ceiling, like so. So we're getting, I don't want to say like really close, but we're getting pretty close to having this guy sorted, hopefully. I'm tempted to have a bit of a side port window thing on this guy, because I don't necessarily want to have... You know, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I might have this area... I might excavate a little bit of an area out here, and have this as a bit of a maintenance area for the reactor. Sound like a plan, guys? I feel like it does sound like a plan to me. So I'm going to have one hatch here and one hatch here, and I believe, can you... okay, so you can just interface with between one an input and an output. That is not too shabby. Yep, that's not too shabby at all, actually. So what I'm going to do is see if I can make some more of this reactor casing. More reactor casing? Wow, this adventure for this reactor is definitely turning out to be a lot more expensive than what I was initially planning, I must admit. I'm definitely going to have... I'm missing a little bit more of this reactor glass, but I believe that also the pulverizer is a little bit busy at the minute. And I'm surprised we actually ran out of cores, actually. Okay, we're still low on iron again, but obviously this guy's, you know, pulverizing along. Can we have another dose of iron, please? I might just leave the quarry on, just to hopefully see if we can, you know, scrounge some more iron up, since it's a little bit of a pain. Although I'm kind of curious to know where all of this stuff is actually going. It's definitely not getting trashed, it's not getting any room in here. This guy's whitelisted for only certain things, so where is all this ore going? Is it somehow making its way... Somehow the ore is making its way into my refined storage system when it's getting a backlog. I'm not quite sure why, given that that has a definitive whitelist on it. You have a whitelist, and you also have a whitelist. Why are you doing that? I don't want you doing that. Is there any way I can stop you from doing that, since it's kind of irritating? I believe that's going to be a problem to sort out for another day. Because... Did any of our iron ore go into here then? No, I don't see any iron ore in there. So can I make any more reactor casing? Yeah, I can make a little bit more. So I believe our endeavour is... Do I have any gravel? No. So it looks like cobblestone is going to be the way to go. We're going to need to stick some of this in here and get some more stuff going. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to wrap up the episode here. I think we've done quite a bit of progress in this episode. Next episode we are obviously going to come back and we're going to hopefully try and fix this filter system in a few episodes. And I think this is going to, you know, I don't want to have to manually keep putting the ore away. I was hoping it'd automatically read, but for some reason it's somehow getting past the restriction. I'm not sure why. So it's not like it's connected to any other item duct system, like it's a completely contained system, but somehow it's managing to get into that chest. It's just ignoring this whitelist for some reason. I'm not sure why. Is it just the ore dictionary maybe? Is it just because it's like saying prevent oversending? I think allow oversending, prevent oversending. I'm not sure about exactly what's causing the problem, but I think we will have to come to it in a few later episodes. Because I think at the minute my priority is definitely with fixing the reactor up and getting some power. Since then we'll also be. It's basically going to be a bit of a loop system. So once the power's on, I can have the quarry running a lot better, and everything's going to work a lot better once we get the power going. So this is my main concern at the minute. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye from Painted Plum.
Built an empire of stars.